Hey guys, so today we're going to be making multigrain sandwich bread and experimenting with voiceovers. So as you can see in this bowl, I have 1¼ cups of 7-grain hot cereal, and we're going to add 2½ cups of boiling water. And we're going to let that hang out, stirring occasionally until it cools to about 100 degrees. And yeah, so let's see how well this works out. I'm not super good at it yet, so forgive me. Stick around for the glowing testimonials at the end. So in the meantime, we're going to combine 3 cups of all-purpose flour and 1½ cups of whole wheat flour and whisk those together in a bowl. As you can see, I was working with one hand because who needs other people? Once our grain mixture has cooled, we're going to add a 1/4 cup of honey, as well as 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, which you can see in that cup right there. And additionally, we will be adding 2½ teaspoons of instant or rapid rise yeast, and we're going to mix these in our mixer just to combine them. So we'll fit with the dough hook and run on stir. Once these ingredients have been incorporated, we're going to leave our mixer running on low speed and add the flour mixture 1/2 cup at a time. Once this has been fully incorporated, we're going to stop our mixer, scrape down our dough hook, and cover the bowl and let rest at room temperature for 20 minutes. After a rest, we add a tablespoon of salt and run our mixer on medium-low speed for 2 to 3 minutes. At this point, you can see the dough is not clearing the side of the bowl, so we go ahead and add another couple of tablespoons of flour, which helps us to achieve this cohesive dough, to which we will add 3/4 cup of raw sunflower seeds. Now, since our dough hook isn't going to successfully disperse all of these seeds, we're going to hand knead the dough on a lightly floured work surface to incorporate them evenly throughout the dough. Then we are going to form the dough into a ball and place in a grease container, cover with plastic wrap, and allow to rise 45 to 60 minutes. Once our dough is risen, we're going to turn it out again, and using a bench scraper, we're going to divide the dough into 2 pieces so that we can make 2 loaves. We will also have 2 loaf pans greased and ready, and our oven preheated to 375 degrees so that while the dough rises, the oven will get nice and hot. So here you can see me dividing this dough using my Bob's Red Mill bench scraper. Weirdly, that's the same brand as the 7-grain cereal. But yeah, so taking 1 piece of dough, we're going to flatten it into a 9 by 6 inch rectangle. Now, I totally fucking freehanded this, and I'm really proud of that because I'm not super good at figuring out how long things are, I guess. I'm not good at eyeballing measurements, at least in terms of like spatial things. I don't know how else to put that, but yeah, so you'll see me here checking my measurements and being pleasantly surprised that they are in fact on point. So we want a 9 by 6 inch rectangle with the 6 inch side parallel to the edge of the counter. Then, making sure that it is a decently even thickness, we're going to roll it towards us, keeping it as taut as possible and creating a nice firm loaf. Now, this actually really wasn't that hard because this dough was very dense. Then we're going to flip it over, exposing the seam, and pinch that closed. You can then return the dough with seam side down and repeat the rolling process with the remaining half. Then we're going to spritz the loaves with oil and roll them on a cookie sheet covered in just old-fashioned quick cooking oats so that they are coated evenly. And then we'll transfer each loaf to its own greased loaf pan, where we will let it rise for 30 to 40 minutes in preparation for baking. Once they have risen, we will transfer them to a 375-degree oven. No baking stone, no slashing, no steaming required, which I think is fabulous. And we're going to bake them for 35 to 40 minutes until they reach 200 degrees internal. Once out of the oven, we will let them cool in the pan for 5 minutes and then on a wire rack for 2 hours until room temperature.
Yeah, how did you guys like the bread? Was it amazing? You're so rude.
The bread was really good.
Oh.
It was great.
Whoa.
It was wonderful. I put it in my mouth.
I'm not a douchebag, even though I'm wearing a brooch. Also,